Get undressed, get under the sheets. Ooh, you're in for a treat. No, I promise this is not a dream. It's just a happy ending with Joy Eileen. But it'll be out in a couple weeks. And she's like, oh, never mind then. I was like, I'll mention you, mother. I should do that on the Instagram story.
Yeah.
I'll do that.
That's cute.
So how are you?
Oh my god, you're so good.
I'm sorry you had to climb up a mountain.
No, I didn't. I just, I messed up. And then it was like very clear that it did not want me to drive down into the thing. And so I didn't. Oh my god, it feels so good. So I just like try to talk normal?
Uh-huh. Or not.
Okay.
You know I'm going to ask you about the tattoo.
Oh, my tattoo. I got that when I was 19, and it's after the name of a CD that my friend made me, and he died.
Oh, okay.
But I like regret it because I I didn't know I was like never gonna get any other tattoos. So I like just have a tattoo of like a friend I was friends with for 8 months when I was 18. And I've had like so many, I've like lost a parent since then, but I like now have a tattoo of that. You know, I've like had people leave my life, and nope, just this dude I was friends with for like 8 months when I was 18.
But at least it's there. Like, I'm sure you forget about it most of the time,
Oh,
right?
it's there, all right. That I will say for it. Yeah, it's there. For sure. Yeah, I pretty much just have to explain it when I like start dating someone new. And I'm like, oh, you can come back around to the front. You don't have to do this.
I thought you were going to say, you can come on it if you
No, yeah, cover it up.
In fact, that's your target for tonight.
No, yeah.
You're a comedian. You can't be grossed out about cum.
No, I'm not grossed out about cum. I'm just very aware of the fact that my mom listens to everything.
Oh.
So I hear it through her ears.
No.
I'm sorry.
All right, then we won't come on your back anymore. It's just lotion, Mom. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Did you think you were going to get other tattoos?
I don't think I've ever done a podcast where I have not apologized to my mother.
That's amazing.
Like, seriously. I don't know. I didn't really think, I don't know. I guess I didn't really. It's funny because I, still would like to get other tattoos. Like, I have ideas for stuff I would want. Except I had an idea for a tattoo. I wanted to get, a cactus tattoo. But then I saw a girl with, the tattoo that I wanted. And I was like, oh, well, I don't want to do it if it's, going to be a thing. You know what I mean?
Right. But you seem so wholesome. I don't know. I wasn't expecting to see a tattoo.
I just have, a huge swastika covering my whole back.
It's just, I was like, oh, she has an expiration date, and you've got another 2 days to go, and then you're done.
No.
That would
No,
suck
no.
if your death date was on your back and you couldn't figure out what it was. I'm just trying to get the mirrors to work.
I'm like, what? I don't have a tattoo.
That's a mole, Joy.
And then begins the movie. Oh.
All right. So how are you doing?
I'm pretty good. This feels amazing.
Good.
I was like, I should be talking, and then I was like, nah, they can ask me shit. I'm like,
Yeah, we'll ask you shit.
yeah,
Yeah,
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Nobody ever asks me. No. They're like, massage me, bitch. You're no one.
Oh yeah, this feels so good. Maybe I told you, I'm going through a breakup, and so, in between my shoulders, it's just, I keep everything, you know? I've been trying to, cry more this one, though, because I always feel silly when I cry, and so I try to, shut it down right away, but I know that it's, a healthy thing to do, so now I try to shutting it down, you know what I mean? Yeah.
I don't know, the last time I cried, was a couple days ago. I was watching Crazy Rich Asians or Rich Asian Crazy, I don't know, whatever that is.
Yeah.
And I was crying, and my 8-year-old walked in and saw me, and he goes, "Are you crying because you're watching a movie?" And I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "You're a loser." And I was like, okay, that's my kid.
That's hilarious.
I made
He
him.
and he called you a loser.
And it's so something I would do. Like, "Are you crying? What's wrong with you, loser?" So yeah, I was like, yeah, that one's mine.
I did that.
Mom used to get so mad at me because I would always do that during movies. I'd be like, "Are you crying?" And she's like, "Shut up." Like, so what if I am? Leave me alone. She would get really mad. I was like, "I just want to know if you're crying."
Why are you
I
crying?
feel like I want to know.
I feel like I have the right.
But now I totally get it because, like, I'll watch movies sometimes, you know, and someone will be like, "Are you crying?" And I'm like, "Shut up."
It's just like when you fall and people ask you, like, "Are you okay?" You're like, you're not worried about my safety. You just want to validate that or verify that you saw me fall. That's all that is.
Yeah.
Like, "Are you okay? That would look like it hurt." Okay, yeah, I get it. You saw it.
Oh, no, I ate shit one time up in the belly room and, like, punched a guy while I was falling.
That was my favorite moment.
Oh my God, you were there?
Oh yeah, that's when I was like, "She's my friend. I choose you, Emily."
Were you trying to punch him, or is that just how you felt?
I just fell and I was trying to catch myself, but I'm so Canadian. I was apologizing before I even hit him.
You have to know, she hit him in the back of the head so hard.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Oh my God, I forgot about it. So hard. He had no idea what happened. And
You
then
could hear it. It was just, and then I fell on top of him. But I was, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't. I'm sorry. And Joy was like, "Nope, nothing happened. Nothing happened. I didn't see anything."
I was like, that bitch went down.
And then she was like, "Are you hurt?" And I went, "No, yeah, I am, but we're not going to talk about it. I hurt my leg really bad.
No.
Yeah."
And there was a drunk old lady who had no idea. And so she turned around and she's like, "Why are you on the floor?" Oh my God. And then I peed myself. Like, it was just gone.
Yeah.
But you hit him twice. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Because you were falling, and
I hit him with my hand and then my elbow.
she slugged him so hard she pulled her arm in, like, "Oh, I'm sorry," and then so she elbowed him.
Oh my God.
Oh fuck, that was a great day.
Oh, the belly room.
Oh shit, I forgot all about that.
No, the first time I've eaten shit in the belly room. It's the first time it wasn't on stage.
All right, I fell in the parking lot at the Comedy Store right in front of Derek and these really pretty blondes.
Oh no.
And they were like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I was like, "Please die or go eat a cheeseburger."
Yeah.
I want to do it in front of pretty people and cool people.
And then Derek, he was all, "You were there and then you were gone." I was like, "Yeah, I fell."
I felt like on the ice when I lived in Wisconsin still, and it was like so slow. My friend was in the car and I was outside of the car, and he was like, "You just like went down so it was like you were on an elevator. Like you fell so slowly, but I just couldn't. I couldn't not."
So, was it Tuesday? Jessie Mae Peluso got off stage and she goes, "Joy," and I go, "What?" And she's, "Well, I just fell off stage into a man." She fell off stage and she's all, "But he was the softest man ever because he was just a big old chunky monkey." And she fell in him, and then she was like, "Here, I'll show you." So we walked out and we were pointing at him, and she's like, "He was so nice."
Dude, that's my type. I'm all about that.
You
The
like
guys you could fall into and they'll
yeah.
absorb it. Yeah, dude.
When I found out John could fix things, I'm like, "Oh, I'm marrying you." "Hey, I'm accidentally pregnant. Oops, haha. You're mine now."
That's awesome.
By the way, I broke the wash machine, so get on that.
We have another person to deal with.
Have you ever done anything completely embarrassing on stage, like fallen or tripped or jumped into the arms of a squishy man?
Let me think. I've thought I was going to throw up on stage, but I never have. No. Weirdly, no. I mean, no, I haven't. I mean, I've told jokes that are embarrassing, you know? Like, there's stuff that I, especially, like, used to say that I would be mortified if anyone found the footage. But, no. I guess not.
The stage is your cool place?
I guess. I don't know. I black out when I'm on stage a lot.
Do you really?
Yeah. I mean, it's just like all the adrenaline stuff. And afterwards I'll, you know, I like won't remember what I said. Like, I remember the feeling. I remember how it went. But I don't know what I said.
Yeah.
Now, do you do just material, or do you ever, like, try and crowd work?
I do crowd work for sure if I have, like, a longer set. Like, if I have time. You know? If I'm doing, like, 5 minutes, I'm not going to do crowd work because I want to, like, get to do a couple jokes, you know?
Right.
But yeah, I mean, I love doing crowd work, but I have to, I mean, it has to be like a 30-minute set or more where I have nothing to lose. You know what I mean?
Right.
No.
And that just like doesn't come around a lot.
Well,
Not no
I have
way.
no idea what a 30-minute set even is.
Really?
Yeah.
I miss long sets.
I miss it. I know, I used to. It's funny, like when I first started, I used to get these really long sets, and now I'm all 3 minutes? Whoa! Yes, please.
Yeah, I mean, sets are shorter for the most part. I've gone like outside of the city for most of the stuff that I've done that's been longer.
Right. Have you ever broke anything?
Like a bone on my body or like an item. Oh, no, I've never broken anything.
No?
No.
Really?
My mom broke her arm. My mom's arm is broken.
Right now?
Yeah.
Oh. How did she do that?
She fell.
Ice?
No.
I don't know why I laughed at that. That was so rude.
Actually, wait, yeah, there was some ice.
There wasn't ice involved.
It was in the
I thought you meant,
margarita.
I thought you meant, like, did she ice it? I was like,
Oh.
yeah, like, maybe? I don't know.
Before the cast, but...
Is she still in Wisconsin?
Yes.
Do you ever go visit?
Yep. Yeah, I hope I can go this summer, but I usually go for the holidays. I mean, I always go for the holidays.
So what made you decide to pack up and move here?
It's fucking freezing there, and it's not here. And I love it here. I mean, there's, like, mountains and, like, beaches and palm trees and stand-up. I mean, this is, like, my dream place.
Right. No, I agree. Now, speaking of dream places, I want to do the other part first because last time I screwed up Ron, I took his dirty girls away from him. So if you're in a room, like a matrix room, that you just walk in and you can completely transform it, what would be the most unrelaxing, annoying, pet peevish thing that would be that you would walk into?
Like a pop punk band and, like, a huge crowd.
Okay.
Like a mosh pit, kind
A
of?
crowd full of, like, children repeating themselves.
Fair enough.
My mom says, but that kind of kid?
Or no, a crowd full of, like, Valley girls, maybe?
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's bad,
I
right?
didn't
That's a
even know
bad
that was a
one.
thing until I moved out here.
Oh, it's a thing.
How many times did that girl? Oh, we were at potluck on Monday, and I counted, and she was what, number 4 or 5?
What is this? I was like, am I holding a
Oh,
penis
it's my
right now?
lotion. I'm sorry. Yes, now you're working.
There has to be a happy ending
What's in
somewhere.
my hand? I just was like, I don't think I have a part of my body that feels like what of hers is in my hand right now.
Well, that comes later.
That
Very
makes me
weird
so
podcast.
happy.
Like, it's totally worth it, but still very weird.
Well, we gotta make it a little bit awkward.
Yeah, like, is this my Me Too
Fine.
story?
It's fine. And you're like, is this a dick? Like, that's fine. I don't
Sorry,
even
Mom.
care. Sorry, Mom.
No, there was a girl, we met her outside. and we both looked at each other and went, want to watch someone eat a bag of dicks on stage?
No, I was talking about the one who said like 32 times in her.
Oh, I have a
in her
story about
set?
her.
Yes.
That feels so good. By the way, you're changing the quality of my life so much.
But yeah, she got on stage, and I was sitting there, and she kept going, and I'm well, I'm going to do it. So about 45 seconds into her 3-minute set, I started counting, and it was 32.
Oh my god.
And that doesn't count the ones I missed.
That made her start counting.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Do you think
excessive.
it was just nerves, or do you think she was
No.
new, or how did she?
Both, I think.
I have a story about this.
Oh.
So I was in the booth and Eleanor Kerrigan came over and was like, hey, I called this girl in because Dice wanted to fuck her. So I did a favor and I got her on. What was she like? I've never seen her before, but I don't know what it would have been like. And so she was asking me and Adam. And Adam was like, do you remember the list? I'm like, it's in the office. And he came running back and he was like, oh yeah, it was awful. It was garbage. It was like, she should never do that again. Oh. And I was like, which one? And he went, oh my god. And I was like, I know exactly who you mean. Oh, it was awful.
So it was probably your first time. Dice was like, hey, you look funny.
No, she's apparently done it before.
All right, poor baby.
I know.
All right. So we just erased all the Valley Girls, and now you're back in your Matrix room. What is the most relaxing room? Like, what's in your, like, is it a beach? Is it mountains? Is it the parking structure that you couldn't get into?
Ooh, I do love the mountains. I really love Joshua Tree. My most relaxing room would be like a garden with jasmine and lavender and like light, like happy jazz.
Okay.
Like light jazz and like a stream, you know, some grass. Yeah, that'd be my thing.
It's a good one. I like that one.
Thanks.
Did you have a place that you like to go to when you were a little kid that you think about sometimes to calm yourself?
My first thought was like Abby Klein's house. But
I love Abby Klein.
I used to daydream about like being on like a fantastical hot air balloon ride, where then I would like go into the ocean and like swim with the fish and stuff, and then like I could fly. Yeah, that was it.
That's cool. Yeah, I was a daydreamer too. And my teachers used to think it was so funny because you know how they'd go like, Earth to Laura, you know, la la la, Earth to Emily. It was always joy to the world. You're so clever.
So funny.
Yay, you're making fun of my name.
I liked this place. I grew up by the ocean, and it was on Black Rock Beach, but they had woods right by it. So I liked sitting in the woods looking at the trees, but you could hear the ocean in the background. It was my favorite place to like go and daydream and think about stuff.
See, I'm not an ocean person.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not a beach person, I find. Like, I'll go, and I like being in the water. I like bouncing up and down with the waves and stuff. But I'm not a huge sand person.
I
don't like the water.
lakes or things like that.
Jaws and the Titanic both reside in the ocean. No, thank you.
That's true. Sharks are a thing, and I do get scared when I think about them.
I am terrified of sharks. I have decided that sharks are demons because their eyes are black and they spawn from the middle of the ocean from hell.
I have a pebble in my hand, so just be careful of that palm.
Okay. From the beach?
No. From 2008, I rode a bike down some steps, and it didn't go well, and I didn't go to the hospital. I've been paying for it ever since.
It's just still in there?
Yeah, it's still in there. You want to touch it?
Is it right here?
Yeah.
You can see it.
Yeah.
Was
you're
this
like-
back home?
Yeah, this was in Milwaukee.
And you just... Wow.
I've tried so many times to like get insurance to like let me have surgery on it, You wouldn't believe it. This last insurance company, their thing was they would only approve one hand surgeon, and the hand surgeon would only do surgery at one hospital, and my insurance would only approve surgery at one hospital, and the hospital that they would approve surgery at was not the hospital where the hand surgeon would do surgery. So I was I just chased my tail with them for months, and then finally I switched providers. Now I have a new provider, but I'm going to be switching providers again because I got a different job situation. So that's why I have my Pebble.
So your hand is basically ribbed for his pleasure?
I guess.
You have to put extra pebbles in it, and the guy's like, man, it's like nothing I've ever felt before.
No, I don't give hand jobs. I'm not in fucking 8th grade.
Fine. Aren't you better than me? Okay.
I guess if you're giving hand jobs, I am. Is that a knock at the door?
No.
Okay.
It's one of the...
It's I'm naked.
And it's time to give a hand job. You said it felt good, so now it's time to give back.
Podcast.
It's a weird podcast. So yeah, some of the things that come up, I'm like, yeah, we'll go there.
This was the most interesting podcast to ever book when we first started doing it, because nobody had heard of it yet, and nobody really knew us. Well, they knew Joy, but they didn't know me, and so I was just walking up and I'm like, hey, you want somebody to rub you naked while I stand in a corner? And the guys were like, what, is this, am I getting set up for me too?
That's how you build it?
Right?
Yeah.
That was your pitch?
That was my producer right there.
No, it was usually way better, but for Tony Hinchcliffe, I think he was one of the first people I ever asked, because she wouldn't go over and ask him. Yeah, and that's how it started. She didn't want to ask Tony.
Why not? Is he nice?
He's very nice,
and he
especially
loves
me.
her.
His mom's name is Joy, so we have that bond. I don't know, and John and I, before I really started comedy, we would just go watch Kill Tony. It was our Monday date night. Mm-hmm. So we were there when they were in the belly room, and it was free.
Would you sign up?
Yeah.
God, that's so nerve-wracking. I only ever signed up a couple times, and then I hated it. I hated the feeling, because I just was so scared I was going to get called up.
Yeah.
Well, I had no idea, how. Nobody tells you, and, I live 35, 38 minutes away. Mm-hmm. So I'd get here and I'd be like, I want to do comedy, but I have no idea what to do. So when somebody's like, oh, you put your name in a bucket and you can get called up, I'm like, oh, is that how you start? Okay, yeah, that sounds good. And the first time I got pulled...
No.
No, I know. First time I got pulled, it was Frank Castillo right after he won Roast Battle, and Mike Lawrence.
Wait, pulled for what?
The Kill Tony.
Oh, fuck. No, that was your first set ever?
No.
Oh,
but it was the first time I got pulled there.
Oh, God, okay.
And I bombed.
Well, how long have you been doing stand-up?
I was see, it's weird though, because I was probably a year in.
Yeah.
But I wasn't, because I didn't get to do it as much as other people. I was doing it once, maybe every 2-3 months.
Yeah. So you had only done it a handful of times.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And
what a nightmare.
it was awful. And then Pat Reagan started making fun of me. And then I snapped back at him, and the audience laughed. And I was like, why didn't you guys do that a minute ago? And then Tony's like, I'm going to let you leave on a laugh. And I'm like, I'm going to go kill myself now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Because, Frank and Mike were like, oh, we're going to destroy you. And they did.
See, I don't know why you would want that experience. I was like, I'm unavailable for it. I watched the show twice, and then I was like, I'm not available to have this experience.
But I've been up 5 times now.
Even if they like you, even if they tell you that you're doing a good job, they'll still
shit on you.
They'll shit on your clothes or something. I'm like, that'll play back in my head for the rest of my career. I won't stop hearing that.
Yeah.
I don't know. They haven't been. The other times they weren't mean. Like Theo Vaughn was with one of them.
I love him.
And Theo Vaughn didn't remember my set, but he remembered my husband. He's like, oh, you're the chick who brings her husband everywhere. I'm like, that's not what I want to be known for. Okay. Yeah, that's John. And he's like, dude, your husband's cool. I'm all,
Did you have your husband with you when I saw you?
no, he normally doesn't go in the green room.
Okay. Yeah, I was like, I don't think that you had a husband there.
No, I think I ditched him that way. Oh, no, he's probably out to sea. He's been going out to sea a lot.
He's been going out to sea a lot? Don't say that like it's a normal thing to say.
In my life,
He's out to sea. Explain what you just said to me. You can't just say that.
I'm sorry.
You can't just say that. Like, that's something that I would be like, oh, okay, yeah, he's out to sea. Oh, okay. What are you fucking talking about?
He works
He's
for
out
the...
to sea, she says. Like, it's nothing.
It isn't. Like, it's been my life for 15 years, so to me it's...
It's not my life.
He works for the Navy.
Oh, okay.
He is civilian, but he works for a retired test ship.
Oh.
And it's a test platform for like new weapons and radars and stuff, and then they take it out to sea.
He works for a retired ship?
Yeah, he works on a retired battleship.
Is it haunted?
He says some crazy shit has happened.
What has happened?
Let's see, what has happened? He told me some crazy things and now I can't remember. Normally when he starts talking, I kind of shut him off, but, just kidding. Just kidding, John. I know you listen to every episode and I love you.
She's not kidding. No.
Trying to think. I don't know, but he said some stuff's happened.
All right, well.
Yeah, I know that was very
If
anticlimactic.
it's a ghost story, you didn't retell it in a very exciting way.
I did not.
Maybe punch it up a little bit. For the next,
Do you have any ghost
before I take
stories?
that out again? No, I don't.
Well,
I don't have to have a ghost story.
I want you to have a ghost story.
Not even
My
at the
husband
store?
doesn't work on a retired ghost ship. No, I don't have any ghost stories about the store. I only recently found out that there were ghost stories about the store.
What about ghost stories like at Abby Klein's house?
No, she didn't have any ghosts there. We huffed deodorant. She didn't have any ghosts there.
Like the spray deodorant?
Well, yeah, you can't huff a stick.
I'm sorry, that's what I imagined. I forgot there was spray deodorant.
No, of course the spray deodorant. Yeah, the aerosol huffable deodorant.
See, these are the girls who don't do who've never done anything, so we're like, oh.
Also, I didn't know spray deodorant existed till I moved here, and I was like, what are we doing? Why are we?
It exists, and she claimed it got her high. It did not get me high. I just lost respect for myself. It's like, well, I've done another thing. Well, I guess I huffed now.
Besides huffing,
The lowest level of high you can possibly get. Oh, okay, I huffed deodorant. And it didn't even do anything.
Do you think she just convinced herself? Like she's one of those people where you give them a placebo?
I'm sure she was just huffing hard as hell.
oh
And
my
I
god.
was like, does this do anything? And she was like, I need this to do something.
This is my life. I have to have it do something.
Yeah, she like knew all about it. She
What
was
about
like, "Here."
whippets?
I never did whippets, but I was in a room with my friends when they did whippets. And I was like, oh, this is not good for you.
No.
And they just acted. I mean, it was just like, it was kind of scary, you know?
Yeah.
How does one do whippets?
You, so there's like,
you
you get
just-
like a nitrous tank, and then there's like these little bullety things, and then they just like suck out the nitrous and turn stupid.
Or
See,
you can
I
do
just
it
thought
with,
people were eating a lot of
Whipped cream.
whipped cream, like really quickly or something. And I was like, that doesn't seem like it would make you high. I don't understand, and just didn't ever ask anybody.
No, that wouldn't make you high.
No, I wouldn't. I was like, I'm chubby. I eat whipped cream. I don't understand.
I get a sugar high.
Yeah, I was like, I think everyone's confused or lying.
Like, are you guys all secretly eating more whipped cream than me behind my back?
Yeah. All of it. Did you know there is whipped cream secretly stored at the Comedy Store? And I guess one of the paid regulars, he gets his coffee with whipped cream in it, And so they only have it for him. I don't know who it is. I don't know why my lotion's attacking you. And I saw Carrie make it once, and I'm all, whoa, what's that? And she's all, shh, you didn't see it. And I'm all, I did. I saw that. And
I heard whipped cream from across the room. What are you talking about?
I would enjoy some of that.
Hey, I have a question. So I
Yes.
have these knots like in my collarbones, and
Uh-huh.
they go down to like my knees. Is that a thing that other people have?
Like boobs?
No, like in here,
Uh-huh.
like in there.
Uh-huh.
What is that?
Just probably, do you have TMJ?
What's that?
Lockjaw, like does your jaw hurt? Do you clench your jaws a lot? Do you grind your teeth?
Yeah.
Okay, it could be your sternocleidomastoid muscle.
Oh, Joy
It
just
goes-
got wet.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna guess.
Yeah, so it's that muscle.
Yeah, I figured it was probably that.
Yeah. But if you clench it, or it goes down, I'll show you. I'm making weird faces
Yeah.
behind your back.
I'm
and you
talking
can't-
about like in my collarbone.
Yeah,
Yeah?
yeah. I'll work on it.
That's
I'll flip
crazy.
you over. Now, have you ever had any like disastrous vacations?
Yeah, dude. I've had some horrible vacations. I'm like, where do I begin? No, where do I begin? I guess I'll tell you just like, well, I went on a road trip to come out to LA when I was in college with these two guys who were friends of mine. And we had never spent that much time before together. And so we like were driving, the car broke down and like died like forever, like in Arizona on our way there.
Oh, you're so close.
And yeah, we were like 4 hours away. And my friend's friend who we were staying with came and picked us up. So then my friend made it his mission to like buy a new car. But he had no like street smarts whatsoever. So he was like, we were staying like at a place. They were staying at like a place in Inglewood where there was like very clearly porn being shot like behind it. And I was like, I'm not staying there. And I stayed with his friend. And then he kept trying to like buy a car for cash, like just like flagging down people in like parking lots in Inglewood and being like, how much for your car? I want to buy it. And so these guys like obviously ripped him off, you know, and we were trying to tell him like the whole time, like, dude, you're gonna just get robbed, you moron. And he got robbed. And then eventually he was like really committed to like buying a car, and eventually I just was like, I'm buying a bus ticket back to Wisconsin. This is ridiculous. Let me know if you would like also a bus ticket back to Wisconsin. and he like flipped out. He was like, well, who's gonna help me drive the car back? And I was like, I'm buying a ticket back to Wisconsin. Let me know if you would also like a Greyhound ticket back to Wisconsin, where I will be going on a Greyhound.
Now.
For sure, tomorrow. And he just like went back and forth. And I just was like, and finally he was like, fine. And so we rode a Greyhound for 4 days back to Wisconsin. We spent New Year's on a Greyhound. We split an apple between the four of us to celebrate, because there was like no fruit. Like we didn't have access to like real food for like 4 days, you know? They'll just like stop at like gas stations or like fast food restaurants, and that will make you feel like shit after 4 days.
Right.
Every time you get hungry, eating junk food for 4 days. Yeah, so that was like probably, that was a bad one. That was a bad one.
But that shaped you.
We had to like hitchhike
Oh, God.
to get to, just like to call for help. I don't even remember why we had to hitchhike, but I definitely recall hitchhiking 80 miles in the desert at night.
Cassandra Cass is home.
Oh, there's a hi.
Hey, girls.
I'm naked in your apartment. Nice to meet you.
Naked in your apartment.
can't
Nice
see
to
you.
meet you.
I'm turning that into a sticker.
That's amazing.
So where were you hitchhiking?
We were hitchhiking. I don't know. I mean, it was in Arizona, but I don't know why. Oh yeah, we went to get oil to see if it would help if we put more oil in because there wasn't any in the car.
Oh
He
my
had
god.
a leak in his oil bin and just was like, yeah, so let's drive this car from 1989 to Los Angeles from Milwaukee with a leak in the oil bin. And we did, and it didn't make it. Of course.
It got close.
It did make it close.
It should get like some
It gets a
like,
participation
an
medal.
honorable mention. Like
I don't know
you
what
did
he expected to happen. I also would have taken some duct tape and done what I needed to do, but
I agree.
I also wouldn't have taken my car in that situation because I'm not a total moron.
Why did you with your little feet crossed? So John, he was he out to sea. He was dry docked for 8 months in Portland, Oregon, on the ship that he was on, and so I was alone with 3 kids, and my husband was in a different state. So I fixed everything with duct tape, but I would buy different colors. And he came home and he's all, Joy, what the fuck? And I'm all, you were gone. So you're welcome. The house is still standing and your kids are alive.
Hey, I have a quick question.
Yes.
Has anyone had to pee when they've done this podcast before?
I don't think so. Do you have to pee?
Yeah.
Okay, do you want to stop it?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay. I wouldn't if I didn't have to so bad that it's really clouding my every thought and experience right now.
Yeah, you didn't want to just wrap the sheet around?
Well, good for her. Just scuttled off glowing.
I'm just picturing a pregnant lady doing the crab walk.
Oh, my face hurts.
I don't even know.
I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do.
It's perfect.
It's the right thing to do.
You spoke up for yourself. You did the right thing. You saw danger and you
made sure that your needs were met.
I feel like I threw myself back onto the table much like a comforter on a bed, where you really think it's gonna go really far and then it all just lands right under where you threw it. It doesn't go out at all. I just did that with my body.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of wish we were recording it. It made me sad that we stopped recording. It was fantastic. It highlighted my day.
You had every intention of making it.
I did. I wasn't even close.
The determination in your face.
Oh.
You're like, I'm
Well,
doing
I knew I
it.
had one shot. I was like, wherever I land, that's where I am.
It's the place. Oh my gosh. It was like you were Steve Lebeck you're like, I'm gonna hit it. And then you're like, didn't hit it.
She hit it better than Lebeck did.
I know. I mean, it was funny. It wasn't tragic. Oh my god.
Damn, you were brutal.
Was it? Oh, I didn't.
Shut up.
Me-
I'm just kidding. It's
Oh,
okay. It's okay. Stop it.
I was like, oh, I didn't mean to be mean. No. Sorry.
Just brought up suicide. Let's talk.
Oh,
I don't understand anything that's being said. So I'm totally fine.
So, okay, the comedy story. When it went on strike in the 70s, there was this kid, Stephen Lebeck, and he came with Richard Lewis, right?
Yeah.
And so he was on strike, and he was outside picketing, and Mitzi saw him, and he had a spot at the La Jolla store, and she was like, fuck that, so she called the La Jolla store and told him, hey, he's not on.
Oh, wow.
So he drove down to San Diego, and they were like, oh no, Mitzi told you you can't have a spot.
Wait. There was a Comedy Store strike?
Yeah,
There's
Who was on strike?
all the comedians.
all of the comedians.
They were on strike?
Except for Argus.
Well, don't they just know that they could just be replaced, right? Or I
They
mean, I don't know.
organized.
Yeah, they organized
And
it.
they basically put cock blocked all of the clubs in LA, but specifically Mitzi.
Yeah, they made it. They made Mitzi the bad guy, which yeah. But so Stephen Lebecken came back and wrote a suicide note that said, "Hi, my name is Stephen Lebecken. I used to work at the Comedy Store," and then threw himself off of the hotel.
The
right
Andaz.
Yeah, the Andaz right next to the Comedy Store.
Oh my god.
And he tried really hard to land on top of the Comedy Store.
Oh, I thought he wanted in the parking lot.
He wanted to land on the roof. He did not make it.
He didn't even make it into the parking lot. So
No.
yeah, Argus actually crossed the picket line. Mitzi was going to settle with them, and they finally came up with something that was going to work for all of them. And she looked outside and saw David Letterman was picketing, and he was her baby. She was like bringing him up, and that's when she was like, "Fuck it!" And then it lasted another 2 weeks.
Whoa.
Yeah. And then somebody snuck into. I mean, there's a bunch of different stories, but somebody snuck into Mitzi's office and either put a picture of Stephen Lebecken. Sorry. This one's ticklish, huh?
Well, yeah, if you drag your nails across it like that, the bottom of my foot, you fucking kidding me? Yeah, I'm a human being. I have reflexes. Of course I'm going to react to that.
Okay. So somebody put either a picture of him or something of him on Mitzi's chair with like a knife in it or something.
What?
Yeah. And they said it was her fault that he killed himself.
But what was the picketing about?
They wanted to get paid.
Which
So-
is understandable.
Yeah.
Right, but it's also
Because the only comedians that were getting paid at the time were people she considered headliners before
Right.
they opened.
Okay.
So
see-
Richard Pryor would get paid and stuff like that, but Leno wouldn't get paid, Argus wouldn't get paid, Letterman wouldn't get paid.
But I
Sarah.
I see it from both sides because as a comedian, I want to get paid one of these days for speaking on stage. But also coming from Mitzi's standpoint, she co-signed for almost all of their cars. She got them almost all of their jobs. They lived in her houses. She had houses all over LA, and
Well, yeah, those people have to be bitter.
but she was also like, listen, this is college. Like, you're learning here, and you're learning from me. So I get it from both sides. Like, she wasn't obviously the most perfect person.
Were there names on the wall when they weren't getting paid?
Some of them.
were non-paid regulars.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah, it was a crazy time. I wasn't alive, but the book's really good. And that's what the book is.
I'm dying.
I'm
up
Dying Up Here. They tried to make it that show, that sitcom, but it was completely different from the book. So what kind of weird history do you know about?
What's the history of comedy in Wisconsin?
Damn, you guys are making me work. I'm like so relaxed, and then you're asking me like the hardest questions I've ever been asked.
We
Okay, best vacation.
now that we've heard about a bad one.
Yeah.
I went to Wisconsin Dells with I've been to Wisconsin Dells with 2 boyfriends, and that's my favorite vacation. It's my favorite thing to do. They have Noah's Ark, America's largest water park, home of America's longest water coaster. They have a water coaster there that does a loop. I really like roller coasters. And I
Wait,
really
a
like-
water coaster that does a loop?
Yeah, it does a loop. It's a tube. It does a loop.
That's fucking cool.
It's fucking awesome. The chick ahead of me got stuck in it. And I was like, am I going to get stuck? And they were like, oh no, you're like well enough above the weight limit that you'll be fine. I'm like, all right, you don't need to give me the fucking details, asshole. Just say yes so I can ride the ride.
It would be sufficient enough, one word.
Yeah, I don't need to think about that while I'm
Yeah.
doing this.
Okay, when you said that though, I just
It
thought
did make me feel better though. I was like, all right, yeah, I do have way more momentum than that.
I thought of John Panette. Have you
Oh,
ever heard of it?
yes.
His water park bit is my kids' one of their favorites. Free Riri, free Riri. Oh my god. God, that was funny. Okay, sorry.
They have a ride called Black Anaconda. It's their best ride. There's also a ride called the Point of No Return. That's like, it's incredibly steep. It is really scary. I love that place.
So you're a thrill seeker, huh?
Oh yeah.
What other things do you do?
I have a season pass to Six Flags. I go to Six Flags like pretty much every month.
Okay, when? Because we do too.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, I live in Santa Clarita.
Dude, okay. I go anytime I can get in a friend for free because no one else will pay. But you and I can go whenever we want. We
Yeah.
go every day, all summer long.
Oh yeah, and we do Hurricane Harbor. Yeah.
Oh my god, dude. Absolutely. Awesome.
My kids love it because I have a 13-year-old and he thinks he's cool, and then the 8-year-old likes to bug the 13-year-old, so it's amazing.
Cool. I'll go and bug both of them.
There you go. They love it.
What's your favorite ride there?
Okay.
Mine's Crazianity.
I don't know if I'd write that one.
Oh my god, you haven't ridden that one?
No,
Oh my
Caleb
god, it's the best ride. It's the world's largest pendulum ride. I just tell myself it's a swing. It's so scary. Oh my god, I love the ride so much.
Caleb's ridden it. I haven't ridden Goliath yet either.
You haven't ridden Goliath?
No.
Oh my god, that's my top 5.
Caleb's so mad at me.
Oh my god, are you kidding me? Goliath X2, that giant drop one, Crazianity, and the dueling coasters, the Twisted Colossus.
Twisted Colossus. That one's
Yeah.
my favorite. Okay, I'm gonna flip you over.
If you like that, you would love Goliath.
Okay.
I blacked out on Goliath twice.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna flip you over.
That means I flip my body over.
No, okay, so we went on, it's all, you.
The camera's off you,
Yeah.
so you're good.
Oh, there's a camera on me? I didn't know there ever was a camera on me.
It's a little
Is
bit
this
more-
like live stream?
No.
God.
No, we don't do that. We go in, we make sure nothing happens, but nothing happens. She covers you.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we went on Twisted Colossus, and my 8-year-old went with me, and he didn't realize how scary it was. So we go, and we're going on the second, because you know how you ride it twice.
Yeah.
So we were going on the second one, and I look over, and Brody is just sobbing, and I'm all, dude, and he's all, it was when he was 7. He's like, I am 7 years old. This is way too scary for me. I am way too young for this ride.
You must have felt like such a bad parent to have your kid be like, this is inappropriate for my age.
It was awful. I'm sorry. And then Caleb turned around because he was in the seat in front of us, and he's like, why is Brody crying? And I go, because he's terrified. And Caleb thought that I said Brody's seatbelt broke. So Caleb's afraid that Brody's going to fall out. So it was just the worst. Oh, and then when we went in the barrel roll, my necklace started going over my head. So I had to throw my necklace in my mouth. So I'm clenching my teeth, going, it's okay, it's almost over, it's almost over, it's okay, it's almost over.
Is the barrel roll that one that goes just in a circle a ton?
Yeah.
Yeah, that one sucks.
Yeah, so I was like, oh.
That one sucks. Yeah, when I rode that one, I was like, this isn't even fun.
No.
This isn't fun in any way. It just like pushes you against the edge. Yeah, I mean, it was the kind of ride that would have made me like laugh my head off when I was a kid, but as an adult, I'm like, this is just uncomfortable.
This is unnecessary.
There's like a whole long list of them that I won't ride. Like, I won't ride the ones that smack your head back and forth or like on the back of the seat. I don't fuck around with that at all. One and done with that. I'm like, all right, you had your chance. Never riding Riddler's Revenge again. Never riding the Viper again.
The
Never
Viper's
riding
my
the Scream
favorite.
again.
The Viper was my favorite, but I guess the Viper's gonna get an overhaul, they said.
X2 gives you a concussion at the end. Like, I have to ride that ride last because it just like slams your head on the back of the seat at the end. But it's like just such a good ride that it's honestly worth it.
I've never ridden that one either.
The only times I've left that park without a headache were times when X2 was shut down.
That's funny. I didn't.
It's true.
What
I
other?
like do you do like the Drop of Doom one where it's just like a giant drop?
No.
Oh my god, I love that one. What do you ride?
I don't ride very much.
Apparently nothing.
Yeah, I just walk the kids around.
Not making a great case for going to Six Flags with you.
I know. it's
Unless
like
your 13-year-old would ride on the scary ones with me.
Oh, he would, and he
well,
would
I would
be
take him then.
ecstatic.
Yeah, I would take him then. But just as long as I have someone to like wait in line with and hang out with.
Yeah, he loves those things. He got so mad at me because I chickened out on Goliath. I was like,
I'd be mad at you too. I went with, oh my god, I'm totally going to use his name. Do you guys know Rob DeRocha?
No.
Well, he's a comic, and I went with him, and he, because I'll just like take anybody. You know, I mean, that's not a very nice thing to say about him, but he like rode Crazianity, and we went up, and he like looked fine. We came back down, and he was like pouring sweat. He was like white as a sheet. He looked miserable. And he like was out of commission for the rest of the day. He was like lying in the shade. I was like, I'll be fine in a little bit. I just like sat with him while he lied in the shade for like 20 minutes. We rode, I think, like one more ride after that. Maybe two, but he was like not okay.
No.
It doesn't affect like you. It doesn't affect you in like your like 30s the same way that it did when you're, you know, 13, 16 years old, 18 years old. It's like a very different experience. You're like, my spine is bad now from that.
Well, see, I was fine, and I would never say no to a roller coaster. And then I had kids, and now I'm like, I don't know.
Really? What about it?
I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if like I'm afraid to like die and then leave.
You can't die on roller coasters.
You can?
No, I looked it up, dude. I looked it up. I always look it up. I look up deaths on every ride, and like Magic Mountain, no one has died on any of the rides. A girl did get scalped on a similar ride, but I don't go on that ride anymore ever again because I did my research. The people who have died on the rides or like from the rides are people who, in almost every single case, they're people who worked at the park. And so it'll be like a guy like got killed by Tatsu, I think, because he like worked at the park and was on the tracks and the ride went. Like, yeah, that will kill you. I'll never be on the tracks when the ride goes. You know what I mean? Or like the guy who jumped the fence to get his hat. Like, yeah, he died. I won't jump the fence to get my hat. But in terms of like deaths, yeah. So as I'm on them, I'm telling myself over and over, like, no one has ever died on this ride. No one has ever died on this ride. Like, Crazianity is fucking terrifying. Nobody's ever died on it.
Because it's brand new.
It's a year old.
It's not, is it?
Yeah, it was. They put it in last spring, and now it's this spring. So it's a year old.
I do the opposite on planes. I'm like, oh, this is the one. This is the one. I, for some reason, think I can do math on planes. And I'm like, no, I've been on this many flights in my entire life, and this is the one that goes down.
No, your drive to the airport is more dangerous than your flight. Your drive to Great America is more dangerous than the rides.
Did you hear about the kid who just died at Hurricane Harbor?
No, but water slides? Water slides will fucking kill you. I have lost my raft in water slides and had my like fat boyfriend land on me. My fat boyfriend has almost flown off the side of like a water slide. Like water slides will fucking kill you because they also are like manned by teenagers. You know.
I also want there to be a reality show called My Fat Boyfriend.
I wish I could make a reality show called My Fat Boyfriend.
This week on My Fat Boyfriend, we go on a water slide.
I fucking wish I had a fat boyfriend to go on a water slide with.
The entire season is them just trying different water slides.
There's no trying. That was a situation. We went back on it later because it was fun. What are you gonna do? And we saw the sign, and there was like a weight limit, and we exceeded it by like a shitload. It was like supposed to be for like 2 kids or 1 adult, and we're like 2 big adults. And yeah, we almost died. What are you gonna do?
But you lived.
Yeah.
Now you're telling us about it.
I was fine. Yeah, if you're an adult, you're supposed to ride it by yourself. It could be for 2 kids. Yeah, I was like, man, I really hope I don't break my neck right now.
Now, is there anything you want to plug?
Oh, wow, we're there? Okay.
We're there. We did it.
No.
No.
I mean, you can find me on Instagram at Lara Bietz, LARABEITZ, or Twitter, Facebook, whatever.
All right. You survived.
Oh, please.
Oh, please.
Yeah, you gotta go in there.
Right in here?
No, wait, in more. Here, I'll show you. Like, right there.
I don't think I've ever had anybody.
Here, I'll show you. Ow! Not like that. No, right there. Here, give me your finger.
Okay.
Give me like your finger.
Okay.
Yeah. It's like right. Oh, your fingers are all slippery. Why won't this work? Here, it's this way more. Sorry, your fingers are slippery. Do you see what I'm pushing?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Right in here?
This one you almost have it. Yeah, that.
Does that hurt you?
It's a knot.
No, it's a muscle.
No.
Yeah, I've never...
Really?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
It's interesting.
You're not on it. On either side.
Oh.
Yeah, I think there's something wrong with me. I think I need to ask my doctor about it.
Yeah, yeah.
Because no one else has ever been like, yes, I have that.
Mm-mm.
They fucking kill me. I rub them all day.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you ice them? You should ice them.
Should I?
Mm-hmm.
I'm so irritated that you can't reach that.
And I feel like I'm stabbing it with my fingernails.
No, you really have to push in. Ow! No! Push harder. Harder. Ow! No!
I don't think I'm gonna get it.
I guess not. Well, other people have touched it before.
Just not you.
Sorry. I feel like a failure.
So what do we do now?
Okay. And thank you.